Take me through your name, the origin of the name, and where it started, and to what it is today.
Well, my mother named me Sean because when I was born, her was her right.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know why there is no vindication for me? Because for 4 years, I've been screaming, not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters. And the victim-making machine kept going on.
Jay-Z has been notable by his silence since these charges were brought against Diddy. Why do you think that is?
Because that's what he does. He starts little fires everywhere, forces everyone involved to go and carry water while he sneaks away without a response. That changes now, Sean. You must respond. You have no choice.
Jay-Z's ex-mistress is finally speaking up, and she's not holding anything, so don't be surprised. She makes the startling admission that Jay-Z himself coerced her into getting an abortion. Yes, you read correctly. She is not holding back when it comes to revealing the truth and is branding him a monster for what transpired. One of the greatest names in the business isn't supposed to be causing this kind of trouble, but here we are. This story is going to get crazy, so grab some popcorn. It's okay. With Jay's new moniker, let's talk about the purported controversy involving Jay-Z and Carmen Bryan, his ex-lover. Her name may be familiar to you from the love triangle when she fought alongside Jay-Z and New Zealand. Yes, that was a big deal in the past. It's no secret in her memoir. Some of the things Carmen says about her connection with Jay-Z are difficult to ignore. When Carmen was still with Nas in 1995, she had her first encounter with Jay-Z. She initially characterized him as kind, modest, and humorous. Basically that easygoing guy you can't help but click with. Carmen initially believed they would be lifelong friends, but things quickly took a strange turn when she fell asleep on the couch after spending time with friends and woke up to Jay-Z kissing her on the lips. Nothing happened that night. But let's face it, waking up to someone kissing you is a major red flag. However, this is where it gets even more heated. She claims that when she woke up, she found him kissing her and that his lips were soft, melting into it. Carmen asserts that she felt pressured by Jay-Z to have an affair after becoming pregnant during their affair. According to her, it was all about him controlling the situation, which is a significant allegation and adds a whole new level of complexity to the narrative she has never held back when discussing his treatment of her. And this is one of those accusations that truly causes you to reconsider your perspective.
At one point, you were pregnant by Jay?
Yes, I had a miscarriage.
Okay, this was before the whole
This was like before all of that.
How far along were you?
I believe I was definitely less than 3 months. It was the first trimester. It wasn't.
It was still early.
Exactly. Yeah, it wasn't anything crazy. It wasn't planned. It wasn't like, oh, we're gonna have this baby and move forward with our relationship. No.
Okay. When you told Jay that you were pregnant, what was his reaction?
I told him after the fact.
Oh, you told him after?
I told him after
miscarriage.
the
Okay,
fact.
so he didn't even know.
No, I told him after.
After a year, their relationship's physical aspect finally materialized. Carmen claims that despite the intensity of their first encounter, she remained cautious and wanted to confirm that Jay had good intentions before continuing. Whether it is the way things transpired during their affair, or the way he sought her when she was still with NZ, Carmen's story reveals a pattern that is difficult to overlook, given that Carmen was young, impressionable, and in the midst of this chaotic love triangle with two prominent hip-hop stars. There is an odd, domineering vibe to the way Jay-Z supposedly moved with women. Carmen's story has come up again recently, especially after she addressed some serious accusations against Jay-Z, such as the 13-year-old girl situation. People are beginning to make connections and wonder if there is a darker side to his persona that his polished public image hasn't revealed. Of course, he's a business mogul and a musical genius, but the way he's been accused of treating women is undoubtedly worth talking about. Let's also talk about the famous 9-year affair Carmen had with Jay-Z. Yes, 9 years even while she was engaged to Nas, during which she became pregnant but tragically miscarried. However, the moment that truly made Carmen feel disgusted was when Jay-Z released his song Very Ugly, in which he rapped about sleeping with Carmen in a Jeep and leaving condoms in her daughter's car seat. Carmen claims that was the point at which she lost all regard for him. Can you blame her for sharing such private information? It was blatantly disrespectful, and if you think that's messy, after listening to the song, Nas called her in the middle of the night and said, "Yo, is this about you?" and she was forced to acknowledge that it was true. Nas wasn't exactly happy when Carmen was pulled into the drama. Although Carmen has never held back from disclosing these upsetting facts, she even admitted in an interview with VAD-TV in 2017 that the pregnancy wasn't planned. This wasn't simply a casual affair. It was a complex, emotional, and highly publicized affair. It's difficult to overlook the darker side of Jay-Z's behavior when considering how he allegedly treated Carmen during their relationship, from how he pursued her to how he publicly discussed their business in Sue Ugly, and even how he allegedly coerced her into getting an abortion. There is a pattern of him getting what he wants. Consequences be damned, and Carmen, well, she's not afraid to speak out and remind everyone of Jay's wrongdoings. Whether it's rumored flings or public fallout with anyone who crossed his path, the stories seem to follow a similar thread. It seems like the story becomes increasingly dubious every time someone speaks out. Carmen Bryan. She is among the more notorious instances of Jay's alleged mistreatment of women. Their liaison, which spanned almost 10 years, coincided with her relationship with her child's father, NZ. She was involved in one of the largest feuds in hip-hop, but Jay's contempt was much more egregious. Let's discuss Jay-Z's use of music as a weapon. Do you recall when he used his lyrics to reveal every detail of their private lives? Imagine how humiliated Carmen must have been to have everyone interested in her affairs. She even acknowledged that she stopped respecting him at this point. And to be honest, who could blame her? Is That Your Chick? Is the next song an additional tune that tarnished Carmen's reputation? Memphis Bleak and Jay-Z were rapping about having sex with a woman owned by another man. And guess what? These weren't just catchy bars. They were outright assaults on Carmen's reputation. We cannot forget about Kathy White, who was left to pick up the pieces as everyone else moved on. Foxy and Kathy. The identity of Kathy has always been a secret, even when Jay-Z was married to Beyonce. There were rumors that she had a romantic relationship with him. Why her tale is unique. The suddenness of her death is even more unsettling. Conspiracy theories abound, despite the fact that she supposedly died in 2011 from a brain aneurysm. Some others thought that she was intending to provide information about her relationship with Jay, which is why she died. Although there isn't any hard proof for this, it says a lot that Kathy's name keeps coming up whenever Jay-Z's treatment of women is brought up. Regarding the ladies associated with him, it depicts a picture of secrecy and damage control. But she is not alone. Additionally, there's Brown Foxy.
It's allegedly a romantical thing. It's all right. I'll say alleged, but we know. Yeah, she hit it before Beyonce.
Even though Foxy and Jay-Z have both denied that anything improper has ever happened, the rumors about them have been around for a very long time, and the fact that her name keeps coming up in articles about his relationships with women says a lot. Despite Jay and Foxy's claims that their connection was solely professional, the hip-hop community has continued to disparage the arrangement, even though she was just 15 when she signed with Rockefeller.
I will say that Jay-Z, if he was doing ill shit like that, he was more quiet about it. You know what I mean? He was more, but then, if we be real with ourselves, it was kind of abnormal when he got with Beyonce. Like, she was pretty young when he got with her. There's rumors that he was messing with Foxy Brown when she was pretty young.
Whether or not they had any interactions, the persistence of those rumors demonstrates how well known Jay-Z is for his treatment of women. Rumors circulating once or twice is one thing, but when the same things keep happening, it's difficult to attribute them to chance. It presents a quite unpleasant picture when you zoom out and examine the larger picture, whether it's Carmen being humiliated, the enigmatic situation involving Kathy White, or the ongoing accusations about him and Foxy. Jay-Z comes across as someone who treated women like they were expendable or merely tools for his own benefit. There has been a significant lack of respect for the women involved, which is the common thread. Although Jay-Z's ascent to prominence in the industry is legendary, it appears that his relationships with women were merely incidental, while his work and marriage to Beyonce dominated the spotlight. He has not stopped telling these stories about the women he allegedly mistreated, and to be honest, it doesn't seem like they will stop anytime soon. Warped Picture Jay-Z's public persona is essentially a masterclass in branding. The tale of the Marcy Projects boy who overcame adversity to create a billion-dollar business. The American dream on steroids. Essentially, he is the epitome of a humanitarian businessman and entrepreneur. In addition, he presents himself as a socially conscious family guy and is a member of the greatest power couple in hip-hop, Beyoncé and him. In interviews, he advocates for topics like as prison reform, and even provides bail to demonstrators when necessary. Jay-Z portrays a mature man who discusses his past transgressions, including confessing to his adultery on 444, and advocates for therapies and accountability. On paper, he is the type of person that society would want to honor, someone who overcomes hardship, provides for his family, and gives back. But here's the thing, the accusations are quite different from Jay-Z's private life litigation. As well as, although Jay-Z may publicly support women, there are many suspicions that he uses his position of authority against them when it suits him, and let's not forget about the loving family man. These whispers from the ladies in his past present a far more nuanced image for one. Despite Beyoncé supporting him after the iconic elevator altercation with Solange Persona, infidelity has been a recurring issue in his biography. Yes, that is yet another indication of the flaws in their ideal couple image. The disparities between Jay-Z's public persona and his private behavior are so obvious that it seems as though he has meticulously constructed this image that doesn't fully reflect what's happening behind the scenes. Let's now discuss something Jaguar. For some time, Wright and others have been claiming, unlike other celebrities whose careers have been ruined by scandal, Jay-Z has mastered the skill of managing the narrative. His ability to refocus attention is virtually unrivaled. Jay-Z constantly finds a way to return attention to his accomplishments. Do you recall when it appeared that everyone was prepared to prove Beyoncé's adultery when he released Lemonade? The talk quickly turned to their reunion, and of course her pregnancy announcement, so that anecdote didn't last long. Suddenly, instead of the